For years, Patricia McKnight was abused. She says her stepfather sold her to other men for sex, sometimes while looking down the barrel of a shotgun.
He called me up to his bedroom. I was 12, and he made me strip in front of their bedroom bay window area at gunpoint, laid me down, pushed me down on the bed, told me if I ever spoke up, he'd make sure that he blew my head off from the inside out.
Patricia says for years she was abused, passed around with fear for her own life. She says by 16, she was forced to have sex with up to 60 men.
I'm talking 10 guys showing up in the middle of the night on a Friday night, and I'm the toy. I'm the one that's sent from lap to lap to lap. I'm the one that they're feeding with alcohol.
For her, it started at age 9. And there are dozens of cases just like hers in central Illinois. Forced into sexual acts against their will, causing bodily and mental harm, damage lasting a lifetime.
I've been tied up with phone cords and abandoned in a bedroom for a couple of days. I've been beaten, 2 broken collarbones, broken ribs.
Fortunately, there's help. Help from people like Dana Pfeiffer of Grounds of Grace, a group based in Springfield, trying to stop sex trafficking in its tracks.
It is a big money maker, and it follows right along the traffic lines of drugs. So where you're finding drugs, you're more than likely going to find human trafficking.
Dana says Grounds of Grace helps around 30 clients a week, getting referrals through local, state, and federal law enforcement.
It's more hidden than it is in the bigger cities. It has affected as small as 2 years old in this area, and our oldest victim has been 68 years old.
It's one of the reasons lawmakers like Rodney Davis are taking action, pushing bills through Congress to stop human trafficking.
We're going to do some things on the top end to ensure that the web-driven trade of sex trafficking victims and human trafficking victims is stopped, and also that those who are actually engaging in the trade are going to be held to higher standards and punished at the furthest extent of the law as they should be.
Davis says there's a need to get victims out of the situation before it escalates, a sentiment echoed by Patricia, now looking back on her life.
You don't do that to a child. There is no child that ever born that deserves that type of cruelty. But when you have such evil that goes on for so very long, how can you not remove that child? How can somebody not be concerned enough to say something?
Patricia says while her start in life was rough, she's since turned it around, ending a life of sex, drugs, and alcohol, and starting one with kids of her very own, plus a book to help women just like her, and new friends who continue to help her through her journey.